One dark and cold and windy day, you packed your case and went away. And no one laughed and no one played, no one game to have their say. 'Cause Fletch and Bennett walked the walls, up and down till night time falls.
God, sounds like a horror film.
But now you're back, things'll really change. We'll feel more human, not like we got mange.
Want to smoke, Lizzie?
Yeah, tar. No, thanks.
Do you think Mrs. Davidson will like it?
I like the other one better. It had more guts.
Yeah, but she's a real lady. She might not like guts. Oh, God, they never give you enough time.
Good night, Doreen. See you in the morning, Lizzie.
Yeah, good night.
Night, Doreen, Lizzie.
Night.
Sleep well.
How's it going, Doreen?
Real good, Ross. Night, everyone.
Oh, I'm gonna sleep like a log. Good night, love.
Good night, Lizzie.
Miss Bennett, I want to see the doctor.
What's the matter with you? Well?
I've got an upset stomach, if you must know. The food in here's enough to give
It
me...
won't be until later.
Maybe Mr. Fletcher would like to escort me.
Less I have to do with you, Latham, the better.
Oh, Fletch, you want to watch it? I remember the last bloke that turned down a certain little maggot.
You shut your face.
Did somebody say something?
Never heard a thing.
Oh, Miss Bennett, I was wondering if I could see the governor this morning.
What about?
Oh, it's real important.
I'll let you know whether it's important or not.
Well, I'd like to give her something. A welcome back present.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Anderson. Oh, feeling a bit sore about having to step down, are we, Vera? And you and Fletch were doing such a good job.
Come on, you lot. You got 1 minute to get back to work, so move it.
Mrs. Davidson wants to see you, Smith. Didn't take you long to report me, did it, Mrs. Jackson?
She wants to see us in half an hour.
I'm aware Mr. Fletcher put you in the garden to avoid your causing any more trouble. But as of today, I shall be moving you back to the laundry.
Well, that fresh air was getting to me anyway.
I shall be moving Latham into the laundry also. In future, I am not going to organize this prison around a few women who cannot get on. Ever since I left, you've been nothing but trouble, Smith. That is going to stop here and now. I'm tired of threatening you, so I shall say this just once. If there is one unaccountable incident involving Latham, I shall hold you responsible, regardless of whether you are directly involved or not.
Excuse me, Mrs. Davidson. I don't think you can put all the blame onto Smith. Latham's a stirrer. She could easily force the issue.
I am well aware of your feelings towards Latham, Mrs. Jackson, but you are an officer with a job to do regardless of personal feelings or vendettas. Neither the prisoners nor the staff are going to make decisions for me. Is that quite clear?
You must be keeping pretty busy, what with the prison and your practice.
Keeps me off the streets.
Well, hi.
Hello, Wendy.
Karen,
Hi, Greg.
what are you doing here?
I've come to see Mrs. Davidson.
How's Mum?
Fine. Judy and the baby are coming home today.
I thought I'd give Mum a lift to the hospital later, as long as she doesn't think I'm interfering.
I'm sure she'd appreciate it.
Well, I'll see you this afternoon, then.
Could you give Mrs. Davidson a call for me?
Do you have an appointment?
No, but could you say it's about Doreen Anderson?
Tell you one thing, I'm glad she's back. Oh, you would have had fun with Vera and Jim in charge if you'd been here.
I'll bet.
Oh, Mrs. Davidson, it's Wendy. Sorry to bother you.
I see. Tell her I'll be free in about 10 minutes. Mr. Fletcher was assigned by the department as acting governor. One would have expected he'd have received the officer's full support. And yet within a couple of weeks, there was a strike. How do you expect a prison to operate smoothly and efficiently when the governor cannot rely on his staff?
We all voted on it, and we thought we had good enough reasons.
I have read the reports, thank you, Miss Bennett. And I am sure Mr. Fletcher is aware that in some areas he tended to be a little over-enthusiastic in his discipline. However, I cannot excuse the senior members of my staff allowing things to get so totally out of hand. If I do not receive the full support of all my officers, I shall not hesitate to ask for her or his resignation, or at least to have them transferred to another prison. That is all. Meg, before you go, how is Doreen getting on?
As well as only Doreen can.
She's due for parole in a couple of days.
Yes, I know. She wasn't very happy at first, but then Karen Travers came to visit her, plus another woman from the halfway house.
Angela Jeffries?
No, Mrs. Hemmings, I think she said.
Oh, what did she have to say?
Well, nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, she seemed genuinely concerned.
She should be. She's Doreen's mother.
Why didn't she tell her?
I think I'd better see Doreen after lunch.
Well, come on, you two. You're as slow as a wet week.
Oh, you're getting through 'em today, Bee.
Watch it, Latham. And wipe that grin off your face, Anderson. The doctor's ready to see you now, and you'd better not be faking.
Miss Bennett, has the ban on visitors been lifted yet?
Don't worry, O'Connell. You'll see your brats soon enough.
Oh,
You mean the governor didn't take any notice of your report, Vera?
It seems to me that you people are doing exactly the same thing that's been done to her all her life. You get involved up to a point, then you lose interest.
It's a question of knowing when there is nothing more that can be done.
I know you wouldn't recommend Doreen for parole unless you thought she could cope, Mrs. Davidson.
Anything I do will be in her interests.
All you'd be doing would be postponing her release. What then? Don't you think at least knowing she's got a mother will help?
Only if it's a stable and secure relationship.
Well, you know Mrs. Hemmings better than I do. Couldn't she give her that?
Mrs. Hemmings may be able to cope, but would Doreen? Anyway, it's a hypothetical argument.
Couldn't you talk to her mother again?
You can't force anyone into accepting or loving another person, Karen.
Funny. I said almost the same thing to Doreen myself once.
It's probably just a virus. Can't be sure without a proper examination.
When you do examine me, Doctor, can we have a bit of privacy? Or maybe Miss Bennett could learn something.
You're disgusting.
Take one now and one after your meal. If it hasn't cleared up by tomorrow, come and see me again.
I look forward to it, Doctor. Especially if I can shake off my watchdog.
Get out, Latham.
She hasn't changed a bit.
That sort never do. They're filth.
How's Meg coping with her?
Oh, it's not easy for her. She blames me for not warning her Latham was coming back, you know. But I had a lot on my plate at the time. She's a friend, Greg. Well, I was wondering, perhaps you and she could come to dinner one night.
I don't see much of Meg these days, Vera. And I suggest if you want to make amends, then you face her yourself.
This what you're looking for, Doreen?
Oh, you rotten pig!
Didn't you know it was rude to ignore people?
But that was mine. It was a present. Oh, I'll kill you!
Oh, you want to fight, do you? Doreen, stop it! She threatened me, Mrs. Jackson.